Look at this guy over here catching all the VTECs. All the VTECs. Dang! Get a ticket! Okay, so I'm going to mess with BMW today. I am going to try to use the scan tool to see if I can temporarily disable the EWS so I could get it to start to verify the engine's good and everything. So I'm going to try that really quick. If it works, that'll be great, because then I'll know that I can do the whole like pull the engine and put in something better, but we'll see what happens. I also have a friend up in Denver that like runs all the drift events, and he has the stuff to actually delete the EWS on one of these. So I'm going to try it, see if I can do it with that scan tool. If not, I'm going to I don't know, then probably have to borrow that tool from him. He said it's on his laptop. It's in German. I'll probably just have to have my mom help me because she's German, so she could read all the stuff. I never actually learned how to read or write or speak German. All right, so I just put the battery back in because I left it out just so it didn't die sitting for how long it's sitting. Okay, so I just put that Honda battery in here just so I can try to get that code reader to delete the EWS and see if she'll start. So I think the reason I didn't notice the OBD2 port before was because it was just kind of like hanging there. So I plugged it in. I'm gonna simulate a key. Try this out. Key simulation. Huh? We gotta get back out to the other shop and start getting the suspension on. Alright. Okay, so there's the key simulation.
Alright, I gotta head back out there.
Okay, see ya. So I'm about to go into the DME control work. So the next thing I'm probably going to try is taking it up to my friend and see if he can get it to delete the EWS off the ECU. I'm just not getting spark, so that's the main thing. Once I get spark, I can get it to start on starting fluid and see if the engine's good, if it's bad, what's wrong with it. So I'm done with the BMW. Aaron dropped off his exhaust. I don't know if you remember the circle track car that I pretty much helped him build last year. Well, I made this exhaust. He got in a wreck. I guess there was a wire right here that he cut off to get a little bit more power. So these are off a 370Z, that one that Trevor parted out. And what he wants me to do is just cut it right there and just do some straight pipes going out. And then when he brings a car over, we'll put them on, and I'll weld a bracket in between them like that again, and then weld these mounts back on there. But yeah, I mean, these welds aren't the greatest. I mean, they weren't too horrible. I mean, I think it was like my second time welding stainless when I did that. But yeah, he got in a wreck and pretty much bent, I think this one a little bit further over, and it didn't crack any of the welds, but I guess, well, the one over here for I think this was a factory Z weld right there, that one cracked and it ripped the resonator. So I'm gonna cut those off really quick and then weld on those pipes for him. I'll probably just, I don't know, I'll probably MIG them. I might TIG them just because it's I don't know. We'll see what happens. Finished welding that up. I just ticked it for a little bit. Those pipes are, I'm pretty sure, aluminized. So I just ended up MIGing the rest of it just to save a little bit of time. The welds don't look that great because I don't think I've welded in like almost a year. I mean, it's been a while since the like giveaway car was the last time I welded. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. They're good enough for a circle track car. I'll weld some brackets up when he brings the car in. Whenever he does that, he's doing some suspension stuff. I think he's dropping the rear. Today I'm going to be messing with the VR4. I already pulled the driver's seat out, and I put one of the brides that I had in here, and it is kind of nice. I don't know if I can actually get it where it's this low, but I'm gonna try. So the rails that I saw were kind of all a little bit too high, maybe. I'm really tall, so the lower I can get this thing, the better. I'm gonna pull the passenger seat really quick and see how the other one looks in there. And then maybe I'll just order the stuff to make the brackets. What I think I'm gonna do is, I don't know, you probably can't see under here, but what I'm gonna do is, so here's the outside, so here's the bolts, and the mounts for the brackets are, I don't know if you can see under here. So the mounts for the brackets are, like on the outside of the seat right here and over there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna like make it mount right here, but like bow kind of in like this, almost like come in and around to the, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but come like in to the other side, and then have the slider on the outside. So I was checking out the passenger seat rail, and it actually looks like it's able to be modified. So this is the little latch right here to move it back and forth. You can see it clasps right there, but it pulls it from right here. So what I was thinking about doing was pretty much cutting that little ear off, because I pretty much want the seat to sit exactly on this rail right here. But one other thing is, so a good thing is it looks like it bolts here, but it also looks like it bolts here. But usually with these factory brackets, they're tied into like the back and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to pull this bracket off and see if it'll let me modify it so I can just use this. Because if I could get pretty much that as the rail, that'd be pretty nice and thin. And I think I could get away with using that for the passenger side. And then I just have to figure out a rail for the driver's side. All right, so I have the old seat back and bottom over there. I was able to get the rails off, so I'm probably gonna end up modifying them a little bit. And I think everything should work out pretty decently. All right, so bolted the brackets in. You can see the one closer to the, like where the tranny tunnel would be. The center console is a little bit higher than the one towards the rocker. And I don't know, I'm gonna see exactly with the seat set on that, how high it sits up. I don't want it to be really much higher than the headrest on that one, or where the top of the seat is right there, because I am tall, so I don't want to have issues with the whole ceiling. So how the seat sits with just that one bracket on this side. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to come in here and kind of fabricate this bracket so that the rail is actually down further. So it's kind of, so it's like a Lomax rail. So it kind of almost touches the carpet right here. It might even touch a little bit, but this will be where it mounts. And then I'll just kind of have a piece of metal that comes down just so it makes it even with this line right here. And then it will be a lot better. I mean, the whole seat doesn't need to go all the way like into the glove box. It really almost doesn't even need to move. I just want to have it so it has a little bit of adjustability forward and backward. But other than that, I think I'll be good. Okay, so I'm burying the coupe so I can kind of mess with the wiring. A long time ago, I pretty much deleted, well, not deleted, but simplified the wiring harness a little bit. So I just really need to button things up. I do need to add AC, which I think if I remember correctly, this is the AC because I want to have AC with this LS. I was deciding I wasn't going to run it, and I guess now I'm a little bit older and a little bit wiser. So putting AC back on the LS and maybe get this thing going. So I think I want to do the 240Z first, but I'm definitely going to work on the wiring. It's not very hard for me to do wiring, and I also have this. Most of you probably don't know what it is, but this is my fuse box. It's made by Bussman, and it's actually pretty nice. So instead of fuses, you can have breakers. So when a fuse, like technically when a fuse pops, you have to replace it, but when you have a breaker, you just reset it, like when you have a house, and it makes it a lot nicer. So this actually would be the whole fuse box for the car, and it really makes everything nice and clean. And how I've always wanted to mount this and how I pretty much wired it up to mount it was it's going to be in the quarter panel, but on the inside like that. So yeah, I haven't talked about this thing for a while, and it has this manifold that I hydro-dipped a long time ago. Probably the tightest like LS manifold on them like ever. So I'm done for today. That's going to be the video, pretty much just cleaning up this garage and kind of reorganizing everything so I can get to the 240SX. A little bit easier to finalize up some wiring sometime, I don't know when. I also adjusted the toe because that was bent. So I need to get new tie rods and ends because when I got hit by that car, with my truck, this was on the trailer and I had a strap going through the front wheels and it bent one of the tie rods. So I'm just gonna get probably 10 tie rods and ends. And then what else? Oh, I kind of half washed that 240. Didn't use any soap, but I did use some soap on the VR4, and yeah, it looks really nice. So I kind of like this setup a little bit better. With all that crap in the back and the 240 a little bit further out. So instead of having a bunch of stuff piled on this side and it really close to the wall, I have it further away from the wall. and everything just kind of tucked right here. So I could still get to both sides, but I really just need to mainly get to this side to finish up the wiring because the relay box is going in this quarter panel. So yeah, I'm glad the VR4 is clean again. Only reason it was dirty was because I took it on that snow adventure when it was snowing, and now it's clean, somewhat clean. It still needs to be painted. The paint actually looks not that bad now that I've washed it, other than the dings and dents and stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be this video. If you like the videos, subscribe, comment below, give it a thumbs up, and tell your friends. Click that bell so you get notifications every time I upload a new video, and we'll see if I do end up doing dailies this week. I'm not sure, just depends. I need to paint some stuff at my house, and there may be a few videos this week, but you know, there probably won't be dailies. So thanks for watching, see you next time.